Hey, everybody, welcome back to day number 4. And today we're going to dive into a topic that might be a bit different from our usual content, but it's important one, and that's the practice of fasting. Okay, so before we jump in, let me give you a quick biblical context. In the book of Acts, chapter 27, verse 9, it says, since much time had passed and the voyage was now dangerous because even the fast was already over, Paul advised them. So the Bible verse refers to a specific moment when the Apostle Paul was aboard a ship and a dangerous storm was approaching. Now, you may wonder, what does this have to do with fasting? Well, it turns out that the fast mentioned here is connected to the specific Jewish holiday, the Day of Atonement. Fasting in the biblical sense involves voluntary abstaining from food or certain activities for a specific period of time for a spiritual purpose. It's not about losing weight or fulfilling any personal desires. Instead, fasting is a way to redirect our focus towards God and seek his guidance, breakthrough, and or repentance. So Paul's advice during this hazardous voyage shows his wisdom and his connection to God. He must have sensed that there was danger and knew that their current situation required divine intervention. The fast being mentioned indicates that this was a significant time, a sacred moment when God's people usually dedicated themselves to prayer and repentance. Fasting has been practiced throughout history as a means of seeking God's face, aligning our hearts with his will and drawing closer to him. It's a spiritual practice that reminds us of our dependence on God and invites his presence into our lives. So, why should we consider incorporating fasting into our spiritual lives today? Well, for starters, it allows us to cultivate discipline, self-control, and reliance on God. But by intentionally denying ourselves physical nourishment, we are creating space for spiritual growth. Additionally, fasting helps us to detach from the distractions of life in a world filled with constant noise and busyness, and taking a step back through fasting allows us to hear God's voice more clearly. It provides us with an opportunity to seek God's guidance, wisdom, and discernment for the challenges that we face. Fasting can also deepen our understanding of gratitude and empathy. As we experience temporary physical discomfort, we become more aware of the needs of others, and it opens our hearts to the struggles faced by those who face ongoing hunger or lack of resources, prompting us to contribute towards their well-being. Now, I want to emphasize that fasting should always be approached with caution and wisdom. So if you have any health concerns or medical conditions, it's essential to consult with your healthcare professional before embarking on a fast. And remember, your well-being is a priority. Now, in conclusion, fasting is a biblical practice that can profoundly impact our spiritual journey. It invites us to set aside the things of this world and seek God wholeheartedly. Just as Paul advised the crew in Acts chapter 27, verse 9, fasting can guide us through tumultuous times and bring us closer to God's purpose for our lives. Well, that wraps it up today's devotional today, and I hope that you found this discussion of fasting insightful and inspiring. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any more content regarding fasting today. God bless you. Thank you for your time.